Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 9 with the Seattle Kraken. It is January 1st, as I said it would be when we would be back, and we are sitting atop the Western Conference with a 26-8-3 mark. Um, December actually wasn't all that good for us. Um, yeah, you can see loss, loss, loss. So three losses there. Then we won two, then we lost, then we won. Yeah, it was an up and I mean, we won four of our last five, which is a good stretch there. Win, 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 loss, win. But we had a rough stretch in the middle of the month. So, at any rate, we are in first place, 12 points clear of the Sharks, who are in second. Pasternak and Bedard are doing their thing. Wolf and Portillo are doing their thing. If we take a quick look at our offensive stats, Pasternak already with more goals this season than he had last year, 29 goals in 33 games, on pace for a 64 goal season, 51 points in 33 games. Bedard with 46. Anton Lundell in his first season with us is on pace for a 90-point season, 18 goals, 23 assists. Jesper Bratt having a pretty nice year. 7 goals, 23 assists for 30 points. Matty Beniers, 28 points in 31 games. Will Sharp having a great season. He's a plus 30. Pavel Zaka, just under a point a game. Jay Theodore, 22 points. Matthew Joseph, 17. Emil Hemming, 16, but 12 of them goals. Altunen, 15. Sanheim, 13. Miller, 11. Hronik and Kivi Haru, who's been hurt and suspended, has only played 22 games this year, but has 9 points. Parker Rondeau, 8 points in 16 games. Kampf with 7. O'Reilly with 6 in 14. He was hurt for a while. Barton was a plus 10 in 18 games. And then Leo Carlson, who was somebody we picked up off waivers to be a spare defense or spare forward for us. 3 points in 15 games. Goaltending wise, Portillo 12, 6, and 3 with a 2.41 and a 9.14. Wolf 14 and 2 with a 1.99 and a 9.28. We've been really good. Depth chart. Emil Vinny coming right along, 2-star, 4.5-star. It's entirely possible that he is with our team next season. He feels isolated. He feels like he's still in the wrong level, but he's performing, so I'm going to let him continue to stick there. Yeah, our defense is pretty stacked. We got Wynot and Lindstein down in Coachella. Grady Martin is in Coachella. Noah Degenstein will be up with the team next season. Same thing maybe with Gilly. Tyler Atchinson probably with the big team next year. Vlasov is an interesting prospect. 15 offense, 15 physical. So not very good defensively, but those are some pretty impressive offensive numbers. Draft wise, next year we have our first, our second, a fourth, a fifth, 2 sixth, and a seventh. We gave up our next two picks for Anton Lundell. Vinny is our top prospect, followed by Vlasov and then Lev Shunov, defenseman we picked up a couple of years ago. Then Gilly, Degenstein, Kolomaznik, 19-year-old goalie, followed by some forwards. So, yeah, we still have a pretty good minor league system, and we are pretty stacked right now. So the plan is to, well, we did, news wasn't all good. We lost Shane Wright to a torn ACL. Um, Wright is somebody that I may consider trading. We are so deep down the middle. He's got a 4-year, $5.6 million contract that starts next season. But we are so deep down the middle that we may end up moving him. He'll never play higher than that either second line right wing or third line center. And if we could get, an elite A1, defenseman, that might be something I consider as Theodore's starting to get up there in age a little bit. We do have Kiviharu and Sharp as our 1-2 right now, but Sanheim's getting up there in age. Theodore's getting up in age a little bit. And I don't want to necessarily pay my third line center $6 million a year. So something to keep in mind. So I am going to go ahead and sim forward. Trade deadline should be, where's the trade deadline? March something? March 3rd. So I'll probably sim to like right here. sim to the 28th. So I'll sim the next 2 months. I'll come back on the 28th and we'll see what we can do to improve the team. So I will be right back.
All right, guys, we're back. Am I getting audio? I'm getting audio. We are back. And I'm a little all over the place here. I thought I try to record these obviously the same day, and when I don't, things tend to go sideways, and this went sideways. So I recorded the first half of the video on Wednesday, and then I forgot to record the second half of the video on Thursday, and I recorded something else. So now it's Friday morning, and we are going to finish up. And maybe it was just because we played so badly that I just wanted to forget about it for a bit. So we were 26-8-3 when this episode started. So 26-8-3. So we have gone 11-11-1 over our last 22 games. And it hasn't been good. We've suffered some injuries, made a big trade, which I'll show you in a minute. And our goalies have been bad. Both Eric Portillo and Dustin Wolf have been significantly below average. So what was a strength last year and a strength at the beginning of this year has turned into a weakness for us so far this season. So I'm going to just show you the trade I made. And you guys may hate it, but it's a deal that I had sort of hinted at and one that I think will help us long term. We traded Shane Wright. He's out with his torn ACL. He's 24 years old. He's making almost $5 million this year, and then he's making almost $6 million each of the next 4 seasons. He was going to be either our second line right wing or our third line center. He keeps getting hurt. He's played his first 2 seasons. He played 82 games, but then was 56-38 or 56-48. He's only going to play 35 games this year. He hasn't been bad. I mean, 37 points in 56 games, 37 points in 48 games, and then he was about a point every other game guy this year. But for that kind of production and that kind of money, I felt like moving him was the right option. And in return, we pick up 22-year-old Luke Coughlin. Really like his ratings: 16 offense, 15 defense, 15 physical, 14 mental, as opposed to 16, 14, 16, 15. So their ratings are similar. Wright probably has a bit higher ceiling, but Coughlin is really good. He's got some good offensive ratings, very good defensive ratings. He's physical. He's got some good mental ratings. He's only 22, so there's some room to grow. And most importantly, he signed to a really reasonable contract, a cap hit of $1.26 million for the next 4 seasons. So that saves us some money to try to improve things here this year and next. So that was the deal that we made. If we look at statistics, Pasta's having a great year, 76 points in 56 games. He's on pace for 102 points. Everybody's numbers were down in February. We just didn't play well. Connor Bedard, 73 points. Anton Lundell's first season with Seattle has been great. Our top line has been outstanding. It's been beyond that. Jesper Bratt hasn't been bad, 42 points in 60 games. Matty Beniers having a down season. He's on pace for 52 and 73. And then that right wing position, that may be what we aim for here at the deadline. But you can see Beniers at 39 points, Shea Theodore 36. He's having another good year. Will Sharp, he's up to 5-star potential. He's a plus 35. But then you see we've got some players in the negatives. Pavel Zacha's a -3. Ryan O'Reilly's a -3. Kasper Altunen's a minus. Rondeau's a minus. So my plan is, if you look at our upcoming free agents, we've got Haltunen and Carlson. And my plan is to try to use these 2 guys as bait to improve our second line right wing position. Matthew Joseph is good, but he's not a second line right winger. Right now it's Bratt, Beniers, and Zacha, so we need to improve that second line, get a scorer on that line with Beniers and Bratt. So that's the plan here for the next couple of days. So let's take a look at the trade block, see who's available. Let's filter by forwards. See what we got. So we've got Alexander Campbell. He's more a center than anything else, but those are some good ratings. He hasn't played particularly well, but can't imagine he's going to require a ton to pick up. Maybe a Dawson Mercer would be good. Sam Reinhart, but he signed 2 long-term. Victor Olofsson's really bad defensively. Yeah, let's 15, 14, 15, 15. Mercer's had a good year. Let's talk to New Jersey about Dawson Mercer. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's talk to let's just do make this work. You don't see any player that we have that can make. I find that hard to believe. So if we start with Haltunen, it's hardly likely, but at least it's not a no way, no how, 100% get lost, which is kind of what we get when we start these trade offers. Okay, so a couple of players I don't particularly care about, and Haltunen and Miller. If we go to rights, Knack, I like his offense, so I mean, his ratings, he doesn't look all that good, but we've got a lot of players that have got some decent rating skill sets that may only be, 1 star or may only be 2 stars or 2.5 stars, but I'm not ready to give up on them just yet. You know what I mean? Semyon. Okay, that doesn't change things at all. Ruolainen, no. Nyman, he's 23. No. What about a draft pick? I'm not, you guys know I don't particularly care about my draft picks. I've shown that time and time again. So that's a well balanced offense. So they'll do that for a third. So can we back out and do. Okay, so it's going to be a third, which I think is fine. So Casper Haltunen, Cohen Miller, and a third for Dawson Mercer. If we look at Mercer's numbers, really good offense, 3.5 star potential. Not a bad. I mean, he's a 15 to 20 goal a game guy, but maybe he gets a little bit of a bump playing on our second line. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's make that. Let's make that deal. All right. So we pick up a new forward. It's going to be Dawson Mercer, and we are immediately going to put him on that second line. Bratt can move over to the left, and that means that Zaka can go to the third line. Now, do we also want to take a shot at Campbell? And it couldn't hurt. Let's see if we can make our team even better. All right, so yeah, no players to make that work, but we might be able to, again, if we start with the players whose contracts expire. Yeah, this is close. Maybe I am wrong, but I don't think they will accept that offer. So that's not that far off, really. Jackson Hallam? No. No, I'll leave him there. That might. Okay. So Leo Carlson, not willing to move a top player without something of significance. So they want sharp. Get wrecked. Get out of here with that crap. I mean, what if I added Kolomanzik? Oh, so they really like Alexander Campbell. I mean, I can see why. Those are decent ratings, but let's not get carried away here with his value, right? He's not that good. We need to hang on to Vinny. He's our goaltender of the future. There are no goaltenders on the trade block, right? Trade block. No, just Logan Thompson, who we don't want to bring back. So let's spend another minute or two seeing if we can do something here. And if not, we'll just sim to the end. So, yeah, they value him, and that's fine. I mean, you value your players, but let's see. What do we have that we can send them that we wouldn't be in too much pain? Grady Martin? Emil Hemming, Kiviharu. I mean, that's, I think, a bridge too far, as they say. Parker Rondeau. I mean, if we added Parker Rondeau, he's only 20. Emil Hemming is only 21. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. But I am willing to start here. And what if we just completely sacrifice the 2030 draft? Yeah, see, this is weird. So it says I'm willing to consider this trade without adding anything else to it, but I offer trade, and it says we're not willing to move a player without something of significant value in return. I wonder if that's a bug. Is it a salary cap thing? That seems weird to me. He's willing to consider the trade without adding anything else to it. I offer it, and it says we're not willing to move a top player. Like, now I really want him. Like, I'm just curious, like, we'll see if it's a bug. Like, if I put Sharp in there. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if it's a bug, but there's something in here that's saying, this can't work. So let's go ahead and re-add, who was it that we had all had on there initially? It was a Foya Jackson Hallam. Okay. Mercer, Rondeau. Yeah, I'm not willing to move any of my better players. I'm just not. Because, I think we're pretty good as it stands. I might. Yeah, like, that's weird. All right, well, it looks like Alexander Campbell's not happening. We may try it again as we get to the deadline. So I want to make sure, because our biggest issue, if you look at our team stats, our biggest issue, we're the third best scoring team in the NHL. We are seventh in goals allowed. So, we're beating teams by almost a goal a game. One of our biggest issues was our power play. It's gotten better, but we're still a bottom half power play. Our PK is fourth best. Yeah, we don't have a great power play, which is really weird. But hopefully adding Dawson Mercer to that second line will help. Wait a second. Yeah, adding Dawson Mercer to that second line will hopefully help. If you can hear my stomach growling, I apologize. Hopefully that helps the power play. Let's see how things go today against Florida. See if we can. Yeah, we lose again. This is just the way things have been going for us. We lose in a shootout, so at least we get a point. So Pasternak and Lundell score. And then they get it done in the shootout. Yeah, I don't know. It hasn't been great. It hasn't been a great month for us. Hopefully we can turn it around. All right, so we are in March, monthly budget. Yeah, our rating, we actually lost points that month because we weren't particularly good. Development reports, Safranik, Vyazov, he's 25. He's probably not going to turn into anything. Lukahoff is nice depth. Juntinen down in Coachella could help next year. Why not is depth at this point? Levshunov is 4 stars. Will Sharp, we talked about getting better. Ryan O'Reilly gets worse. Yeah, a lot of our players are starting to get worse. Zaka's probably a trade candidate in the offseason. Sanheim, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. All right, so let's go back and let's see if he has changed his tune at all. We're a couple of days later here. Yeah, no. All right, let's get through today against Montreal. Worst team in the Atlantic, and we win 5-1. There's a much-needed victory for the Kraken. Get the deadline coming up in 2 days. I mean, we're still 9 points clear of Anaheim, so I'm not worried about dropping that top spot in the Pacific, but we were the best team in the NHL, and now we're like the, third or fourth in terms of record? All right, so we got some more players. Oh, good. Theodore and Sanheim are both hurt. 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. No, we're not going to delay treatment for either of them. But of course, all right, so Theodore we'll replace with Ronak. We'll have to make some adjustments here to the lines because I don't want Ronak on that top line anymore. We'll actually move Kiviharu up with Sharp. No, I don't want to do that. We'll do this. Make sure the ratings are set correctly. Do I want Ronak on the top line? No, I want Miller on the top line. So we'll go Sharp, Miller, Ronak, Kiviharu. Yeah, that's fine. On the PK, we're not going to go 5 forwards. We're going to do something like this, I guess. And I don't want Ronak out there either, really. I guess we can put Zaka on that second PK unit. That's fine. Do something like that. All right, so we win 5-1. We lose 2 defensemen, but we win 5-1. That top line, man, it's that top line. Pasternak, Lundell, each with goals in the first. Keandre Miller picks up a goal. Jesper Bratt, Shea Theodore, and Nick Suzuki for them. Dustin Wolf with a pretty good game. Deadline is the 3rd. Yeah, trade deadline is the 3rd. So let's just get to the 3rd. We'll see if there are any more deals we want to make. Mikko Rantanen on his $12 million a year contract leads the NHL in scoring, as he probably should, given that money. All right, so let's transactions, trade block. What do we got? Campbell. I mean, let's talk again one more time. So now they're willing to make this deal. Okay, so now can we back out with some of this stuff? All right, can we take Martin out? We can. Can we take Leshuvnov out? Okay, we can't. So let's... What about if we just go back in here and add this? Oh, that's their pick. All right. Leo Carlson, Jackson Hallam, and a 4th for Alexander Campbell. There we go. All right. So who goes to the bench? That's the big question here. I mean, O'Reilly's, who's been our worst performing from a game rating perspective? Emil Hemming. I mean, do we send Hemming to the bench or do we? I think we send Hemming to the bench. Kampf is valuable on the PK, so I think that's what we're going to do. I think Hemming gets replaced with Campbell. Reset our lines here. Campbell is... Wait a second. Do I not... Oh, I don't have to bench anybody. Great. Right. Okay. And then Hemming will go back out. Campbell's going to move up to the 3rd line with Zaka and Joseph. Power play, he's a playmaker, so I think he goes on that second PK, on that second power play unit. And then we've got Kampf, Lundell, O'Reilly, Joseph, and I think we can swap Beniers for Campbell. Sharp and Kiviharu. Kiwiharu. All right. So I think let's just sim through this. Let's sim through our final game before the deadline. I like our deadline moves. We picked up 2 young forwards that we can re-sign, and that can add to our depth, and we win 4-2. All right. So a couple of wins in a row, picking up Dawson Mercer and Alexander Campbell without giving up a ton, really. A couple of draft picks, but I don't care about 3rd and 4th round picks 3 years down the road. So we win this game 4-2. Pasta with a goal. We're down 2-0 after 1. Beniers picks up a goal. And then in the 3rd, it's Lundell, Bratt, and Pasta. Cool. All right. And Eric Portillo gets the win. So awesome. So that's going to do it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and sim to the end of the regular season. When we come back, it will be the postseason. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.